Okay, so today we are going to talk about titrations and we are going to work with titrations. So titrations, this is basically a very, very important part of chemistry. Yeah, so we will discuss this. So the way we go ahead is, first thing is, what is this titration? So titration is also referred to as a quantitative analysis. Quantitative analysis. Okay, in quantitative analysis of what? We do quantitative analysis of strength, strength of solutions. Okay, now suppose you give me a solution of an acid. Suppose you give me a solution of H2SO4, and you ask me, okay, can you calculate what is its strength? Now, one way is if you tell me the strength, that is, we determine the strength at the time of mixing. But other way is to find out what the strength is. Determine the strength at the time of mixing. And the second way is to determine using quantitative analysis. Okay, when you were doing mole concept, they explained to you, they told you that 49 grams of H2SO4 is dissolved in a solution in 1 liter of water. 49 grams of H2SO4 is dissolved in 1 liter of water. 1 liter of water. What is the molarity? What is the molarity of the solution? Molarity of the solution. Yeah, you would have done these kinds of questions, right? Now we are going to move ahead and we are going to find out the strength of unknown solution. Okay, but can you, before we move on, can you please answer this question? 49 grams of H2SO4, that is 1 liter of is dissolved in 1 liter of water. What is the molarity of the solution? This week's test portion will be first chapter, second chapter, and the third chapter. Hmm. Okay, so what will it be? It will be like H2SO4. What is H2SO4? 2 plus sulfur. Sulfur is 32 plus 64. So when you add up all these, it is 98. So this is the molar mass of H2SO4, right? Now you have 49 grams. So 49 by 98 will be 0.5 moles per liter. So this is known as 1 molar solution. So sorry, 0.5 molar solution. So this is 0.5 m solution. Okay, so this is a 0.5 m solution. Now this week's portion first is mole concept. This is what you learnt in some basic concepts. This is what you learnt in some basic concepts in chemistry. Okay, then the second chapter is redox. Then the third chapter is atomic structure. Okay, now don't ask me whether this will come or not, that will come or not. Every concept that is taught to you will come, and every concept which is not taught to you obviously will not come. Okay, yeah, it is MCQ test, full portions. Yes. Okay. Now I am doing titrations. Titrations is a part of your lab that you would have done if you were going to school. But now since you have not done labs, I am going to teach you titrations. This is a part of the first chapter. Okay, part of first chapter and second chapter. I don't know what is basic. Whatever has been taught to you will come. We are doing a part of the first chapter and second chapter, that is called titrations. Titrations is also known as quantitative analysis. Here what you do is we are basically trying to find out the strength of solutions or concentration of solutions. First slide, second slide and third slide. Okay, now I am not going to take up any more doubts in your chat box. It is done, over. Okay, now please listen to me. I am not listening to any more questions or anything. I am going to start from the basics. Please listen and answer. Okay, so question is 25 ml of 0.5 molar H2SO4 solution completely neutralizes 50 ml of a solution of calcium hydroxide. What is the molarity of the calcium hydroxide solution? Please answer this question. I am not showing any more slides or anything. I am starting from here. This is my first slide. Yeah, I have spent enough time answering your questions. Now please look at this and start answering this. 25 ml of 0.5 molar H2SO4 solution completely neutralizes 50 ml of a solution of calcium hydroxide. What is the molarity of the calcium hydroxide solution? (25 ml of a 0.5 molar H2SO4 solution completely neutralizes 50 ml of a solution of calcium hydroxide. What is the molarity of the calcium hydroxide solution? So the way you go ahead with it is this. that we have one elementary formula in solutions which says when substances react. You have learned this in mole concept, so there's nothing new in this. But first thing is calcium hydroxide CaOH twice plus H2SO4 gives calcium sulfate plus H2O. Yeah, so you have 1 mole reacts with 1 mole. So if 25 ml of 0.5 moles will have so many millimoles of H2SO4. So when you work this out, 1 millimole of calcium hydroxide will react with 1 millimole of H2SO4. Now I have so many millimoles of H2SO4. So I should have exactly so many millimoles of calcium hydroxide also. So when I work this out, I will get X is equal to 0.25 molar. So the solution of calcium hydroxide is 0.25 molar. Okay, the logic that I am using is that when substances react, they do so in a ratio, in a simple whole number ratio as there in the balanced chemical equation. So the first time you have to balance the chemical equation. So here I have balanced the chemical equation. After having balanced the chemical equation, whatever I get, that is the answer. Okay. Yeah, so it is 0.25 molar. Yeah, can I see others work? I am not able to see most others work. Yeah, only some 4 or 5 of you all are doing some work. Yeah. M1 V1 is need not be equal to M2 V2. Okay. M1 V1 is equal to M2 V2 only when you are diluting. When you are not diluting, it is not equal. Next question. So here is the second question. 45 ml of 0.75 molar solution of H2SO4 is completely neutralized by 30 ml of sodium hydroxide solution. Question is, what is the strength of the NaOH solution? I have 45 ml of 0.75 molar H2SO4 solution. So the question is, what is the strength of the sodium hydroxide solution? Dinesh, this is not the time for all this unnecessary talk. I am not going to answer. If you can focus on this, next I have to ask you to leave the class. There's nothing else. So let us focus. Let us focus on our work. Give me the answer. I'll be more happy than asking this question. Come on, focus on your work. Okay, so the way we go ahead with this kind of a question is this, that when you have this, understand again, first you have to write a balanced chemical equation. So NaOH plus H2SO4 will give you Na2SO4 plus H2O. So you have 2 moles. So 2 moles of NaOH require 1 mole of H2SO4. So how many moles of H2SO4 do I have? 45 into 0.75 millimoles I have. Now these will require into 2 number of NaOH. So that will give you 30 into X. So 15 will go 2 times, 15 will go 3 times, 2 will get cancelled. So when I work this out, I will get X is equal to 5 into 3 15, carry over 1, 7 into 3 is 21 plus 1 22. 22. So the answer is 2.25 molar NaOH. Okay, so all of you are beautifully using the formula M1V1 is equal to M2V2. I am explaining to you, formulas don't work, only logics work. Okay, so it is like, giving you something, but you don't know where to use, how to use. Yeah, so let us understand that. Please write it in your notebook. M1V1 is not equal to M2V2. There are conditions when M1V1 is equal to M2V2. Only in those conditions you can use them. Otherwise, we can't use them. Okay, so the first step is to write the balanced chemical equation. Now in the balanced chemical equation, you see that 2 moles of NaOH are required by 1 mole of H2SO4. So first find out how many millimoles of H2SO4 are there. So the number of millimoles of H2SO4 is 45 into 7.5. So if it is 45 into 7.5, now I need into 2 number of NaOH. So into 2 is equal to 30 into X. So from there I can get the value for X. So the answer is 2.25 moles. Yeah, moles and millimoles are the same, right? Millimoles is moles expressed in power of 10 power 3. Yeah, 0.75 moles is the concentration of the H2SO4 solution. Why multiply by 2? I have been telling you, please write down balanced chemical equation. When substances react, they do so in simple molar ratio. When substances react, they do so in simple molar ratio. You have to write balanced chemical equation. You are memorizing it. You can't memorize it. You have to write balanced chemical equation and then work. So the logic is simple. When substances react, they do so as per the number of moles in the balanced chemical equation. Okay. Okay. So the next question is here. A 20 ml solution of calcium hydroxide completely neutralizes 40 ml of 0.6 molar HCl solution. What is the strength of the calcium hydroxide solution? So here in all these cases, we are making a acid react with a base. So these are called acid-base titrations. In all these questions, we are making an acid react with a base. So these are called acid-base titrations. Anirudh is asking, can we use equivalence formula? You can. If you know how to use it, you can. So here, the way I go ahead with it is, first let me write an equation. So balanced equation is CaOH twice plus HCl gives you CaCl. CaCl2 plus H2O. So if I balance it, 1 mole of CaOH twice will require 2 moles of HCl. So how much of HCl do I have? So for 1 mole of HCl, I'll need half a mole of calcium hydroxide. So I have 40 into 0.6 moles of HCl. So I'll need half of calcium hydroxide. So this is equal to 20 into X. So 20 will go 2 times, 2 will cancel off with the rest. So you will get X is equal to 0.6 molar. Okay. So Devi Prabha, Divya Prabha and all have got it wrong. Judith, I don't know how you got 0.8. Shahrukh, same there. I don't know how you got 0. This. Then Dikshita also, I don't understand how you got 0.3. Maybe some extra 2. 2.4, 2.4 are all wrong answers. We are not writing the equations and then working. Only if you write the equations, you will be able to understand. So go back to the previous question and then start working. So you all are not writing the equations. You are trying to use the formula. So first, please write the equation. Understand what does this equation mean? This equation means that 2 moles of HCl will react with 1 mole of calcium hydroxide. So first find out how many moles of HCl are there. So from there, half the number of moles will be the amount of calcium hydroxide. So from there, you will be able to get the answer. Okay. Now the mistake that most 99% of the students make is they think that this is very simple. So M1V1 equal to M2V2. They apply a wrong concept and then try to get it. It doesn't work out. Only when you are diluting a solution, M1V1 will be equal to M2V2 because you are talking about the same solution. So same compound. So only when you are diluting, M1V1 will be equal to M2V2. Otherwise, we have to work out when substances react, they do so in a simple whole number ratio of balanced chemical equation or as observed in balanced chemical equation. So in a balanced chemical equation, it is observed that 1 mole of calcium hydroxide will react with 2 moles of HCl. So let me find out how many moles of HCl I have. I have 40 into 0.6 millimoles. Milliliters into molar strength will give you millimoles. So that is the total amount of HCl. So the amount of calcium hydroxide should be half of it. The ratio is 1:2. 2 for HCl and 1 for calcium hydroxide. So it will be half of it. So all that I need to do is I need to make it half. So 40 into 0.6 into half, that will give me equal to 20 into X. So I can calculate X is equal to 0.6 molar. Okay, so this is how you work with it. Yeah, okay. So if you understand this, next question. What is the volume of HCl solution required for neutralization? What is the zero? So here is the question. 1.2 grams of magnesium is completely burnt in oxygen. The resulting compound is completely dissolved in water and titrated with 0.4 molar HCl solution. What is the volume of HCl solution required for neutralization? Okay. Jivita, 2 moles is for HCl. Okay, it means, what does it mean? It means that with 1 mole of calcium hydroxide, you need 2 moles of HCl. Now in my question, I need to know the amount of calcium hydroxide. I don't need to know the amount of HCl, right? Because I need to know the amount of calcium hydroxide, it is going to be half the amount of HCl, half the number of moles of HCl. So I found out the number of moles of HCl and I halved it. It is all there in the logic in the question. It is all there. It says that calcium hydroxide is going to react with 2 moles of HCl. So we want to know how many moles of calcium hydroxide. So if you are finding out moles of HCl, it will be double that of calcium hydroxide. Now, because we want to find calcium hydroxide, we have to half it. Okay. This is simple ratio proportion. Do you have 2? Half of 2 is 1. But do you have 2? You don't know how many you have. So whatever you have, half of that. That is why I multiplied it by half. NaOH plus H2SO4 gives Na2SO4 plus H2O. If you balance it, 2, 1 balanced. Okay. So what does this mean? It means 2 moles of NaOH will react with 1 mole of H2SO4. Okay, 2 moles of NaOH will react with 1 mole of H2SO4. So now suppose you have 0.40 moles of NaOH. Now this will react with how many moles of H2SO4? Suppose you have 2 moles of NaOH. Here, as per this equation, 2 moles of NaOH will completely react with 1 mole of H2SO4. So if you have 2 moles of NaOH, it will react with 1 mole of H2SO4. So if you have 0.40 moles of NaOH, it will react with how much of H2SO4? Yes, Ajitish. Ajitish, Afisa, Jivita, you guys, can you help me answer that question? So I am asking a simple question. 2 moles of NaOH react with H2SO4 to form Na2SO4 plus H2O. So I have 2 moles of NaOH. So 2 moles of NaOH will react with 1 mole of H2SO4. So 0.40 moles of sodium hydroxide will react with how much of H2SO4? So the common sense here is that it is 2:1. So if you 0.4 moles, you will have 0.20 moles, because here you are finding out H2SO4, so you are having to half it. So if you half this, you will get this. Okay. Now in the same question I am asking you, you have 0.18 moles of H2SO4. So how much of NaOH is required? Now you have 0.18 moles of H2SO4. How much of NaOH is required? Okay, so now the H2 ratio is 1:2. So if you have 1 H2SO4, you need 2 NaOH. So if you have 0.18 mole of H2SO4, you will obviously need 2 times that much. 2 times that much is 0.36 moles of NaOH. Okay, there is no formula like multiplying with half, multiplying with 2. There is no formula. I am looking at the balanced chemical equation and I am looking at how they are balanced, understanding mole concept at the balance, and then I am working it out. Okay, so it is not that I have mucked up 2 or 2.5 or what. It is coming from the equation. It is not that in one case I multiplied by 2, in one case I multiplied by half. We have to look at what is being asked. Based on what is being asked, we can decide how to work it out. Now the error that you all are doing is you are not writing the balanced equation. Unless you write the balanced equation and make some meaning out of it, there is no way you will be able to understand. You will be asking me the same questions again and again. Why you multiplied by half here? Why you multiplied by half there? So everywhere I am just looking at the balanced chemical equation. Here the ratio is 1:1. So I didn't do any multiplication. Here it is 1:1. So I didn't do any multiplication. Here there is a 2:1. There is a 2:1, and what is given? H2SO4 is given. If H2SO4 is given, then I have to multiply it by 2 to get, I have to multiply H2SO4 by 2 to get equivalent of NaOH. In the next question, I had given you calcium hydroxide. No, I have given you HCl. Then I am asking you for calcium hydroxide. So if you look at it, for 2 HCl, you need 1 CaOH2. So for 1 HCl, you need half of CaOH2. So I multiplied by half. So what I am multiplying is coming from the chemical equation. It is not coming from air. So that is what you have to understand. If you understand that, then yeah, you have to find out in volume only. You cannot find out in other ways. So now to answer this particular question, 12 grams of magnesium. So first let me understand magnesium. Magnesium is like 24 atomic number. So 1.2 grams is 1.2 divided by 24 moles. So now I need to write balanced chemical equation. So Mg plus O2 gives me 2 MgO. Then 2 MgO plus H2O gives me MgOH twice, 2 MgOH twice. Okay, then I have MgOH twice plus HCl gives me MgCl2 plus H2O. So this is the final equation. So what I need to understand is I have so many moles, 1.2 by 24 moles of Mg. Okay, so if I have 1.4 into 25 balance, this will be 2 here. So 1.2 divided by 24. So how much is that? That will become equal to 0. That will become 5 into 10 power minus 2 moles. So first let me understand this. So look, Mg and MgO are in the same ratio. So if you have 5 into 10 power minus 2 moles here, you will get 5 into 10 power minus 2 moles here. Okay, now look, same 2 MgO is reacting here, and this are also in 1:1 ratio. So you have 5 into 10 power 2 moles here also. So here 1 mole requires 2 moles. So 5 into 10 power minus 2 moles of this will require 2 into 5 into 10 power minus 2. Now this will become equal to 0.4 into x. So now if I work it out, this is 10, so it will become 10 power minus 1. So if I work this out, I will get x is equal to 250 ml. Okay, so I will go to another page and explain again. You all have to focus. First, Mg plus O2 gives me 2 MgO. Balance the equation. Next, MgO plus H2O gives MgOH twice. Okay, because I have 2 MgO, I wrote 2 MgO here. Now also it is a balanced equation. Then I am writing MgOH twice will react with HCl to form MgCl2 plus H2O. Now it's a balancing factor is 2 here. I put 2 here. We are concerned about this and this. Yeah. So now what does this equation mean? 1 mole of MgOH twice needs 2 moles of HCl. Okay. Now how much of MgOH2 do I have? I have 1.2 by 24. So that is 5 into 10 power minus 2 moles. So 5 into 10 power minus 2 moles will require how many moles of HCl? 2 into 5 into 10 power minus 2. So that is equal to 0.4 into x liters. So this will become 10 power minus 1, that is 0.1 comes down. So x is equal to 0.25 liters, which is 250 milliliters. So you need 250 ml of HCl. All this is coming from mole concept, which is coming from balanced chemical equation. So the balanced chemical equation is the most important part. Many of us are not writing balanced chemical equations, so we will have difficulty. Okay. Yeah, I am doing titration from chapter 1. Here is the question. Think about it. Before you ask me questions, please think about it. Remember, you are the student. I have patience. I will teach again. No problem. Please work this out. Please write it down. So please make a note first. Please understand what I am doing. And then you ask. Yes, 1.2 grams mg. Yes, we have completed atomic structure fully. So this is 2 mg plus O2 gives you 2 MgO. So the amount of MgO, whatever is formed, that is 12 by 24. So the amount of MgOH2 will also be the same number of moles. Now because we are talking about the same compound. Okay, now that 1.2 by 24 is 5 into 10 bar minus 2 moles. Now if I have 1 MgOH2, I need 2 HCl. So if I have 5 into 10 power minus 2 moles, I will need 2 into 5 into 10 power minus 2 of HCl. So that is equal to 0.4 into X. So when I solve this, I get X is equal to 250 ml. This is how I work with it. Okay. It can't come 6.25 ml unless you made the calculation errors. It can't come so many ml. Okay. So 5 into 2 is 10. 10 into 10 power minus 2 is 10 power minus 1, that is 0.1. So the answer is 0.1 by 0.4. 0.1 by 0.4 is 0.25. So 0.25 liters is 250 milliliters. Okay. So I'll give you another question. See, you all have to learn to write equations. Unless you write equations, it will not work out. Okay, so that is the fundamental thing. So 5 into 10 power minus 2 should be multiplied with half or 2. 2 obviously. 5 into 10 power minus 2 is what? 5 into 10 power minus 2 is the amount of mg. So the mg has to be multiplied by 2. So it has to be multiplied by 2. Look here, everything is given here. If 1 MgOH means you need 2 HCl. So if you have this many MgOH means how many will you need? 2 into so much of HCl. That is all coming straight from here. There is nothing to ask whether I should multiply with half or whether I should multiply with 2. Okay, so this is the way it will happen. Okay, then next question. So next question is, yeah, we have to balance. Yeah, unless you guys balance, then okay. 0.05 molar H2SO4 is used to completely neutralize 20 ml of 0.1 molar sodium hydroxide. What is the volume of H2SO4 required? What is the volume of H2SO4 required? Okay, 0.05 molar H2SO4 is used to completely neutralize 20 ml of 0.1 molar sodium hydroxide. What is the volume of H2SO4 required? To do this, the first step is to write the balanced chemical equation. NaOH plus H2SO4 gives Na2SO4 plus H2O. So 2 NaOH plus H2SO4 gives you this. So what does this mean? This means that 2 moles of sodium hydroxide are required to neutralize 1 mole of H2SO4. In our case, what do we have? We have known amount of H2 of sodium hydroxide. Okay, so 2 moles, we need 1 mole. So for 1 mole, how much do we need? 1 by 2 moles. Now for 20 into 0.1, how much will we need? Half into 20 into 0.1. So many millimoles of H2SO4. Now this is contained in how much? 0.05 into X. So now this will become 10. This will become 1. So X is equal to 1 divided by 0.05. So it will become 100 divided by 5. So that is 20 ml. So I will need exactly 20 ml of 0.05 molar H2SO4 for complete neutralization. You can't memorize half and 2 and all that. It has to come from the equation that you are writing. It has to come from the equation that you are writing. Okay. Yeah. So this is how you work with it. So if you understand this, then we can move ahead. Yeah, as of now, we are doing only mole proportion. Hey, Baba, I will tell you, you learn. No, I am telling you so many things you don't want to listen. What I don't want to tell, you want to listen about that. Proportions of mass. There is nothing called as proportions of mass. There is only proportions of moles. Idris, you have to come to class on time, Idris. If you don't come to class on time, no, I can't keep repeating the same question again and again and again. 3 times I have answered this question. So I refuse to answer this question now. Please look at the recording and from there you get it. Okay. So I'm not going to answer this question again. Yeah. And please don't bother like this by asking the same question again and again. First, learn to come to class on time and then be cooperative. Only if you are cooperative, things will move, because otherwise I have to keep answering all unnecessary questions. Same question I have to answer 20 times. Show me the slides. What is the test portion? Show me previous slide. So we also have to be little disciplined. We are not children now. Yeah, so we have to learn. No? We have to learn, and every time we can't keep the thing doing the same thing and then say sorry. Yeah, so everything is there in the recording. Every question is there. Okay, so we will answer. We'll go look at the recording. You will get it. Yeah. Regarding tests and everything, I will tell you, please don't worry. Now bother about this question. Make sure that you know how to answer this particular question. So these are very simple questions. Next class we will look at more difficult and complicated questions. Okay, I will just show you the slides which I have. This was the first slide. I was trying to tell you the titrations are very similar to quantitative analysis. So we'll be doing quantitative analysis. In quantitative analysis, we are going to learn about the strength, mole strength, strength of a solution. And with one solution, we are going to determine the strength of another solution. So the strength of a solution could be determined at the time of mixing. So you take known weight and then mix it. Alternatively, you do qualitative analysis. That is, you test it with something else and then you get it. So I gave you a simple question first. 49 grams of H2SO4 is dissolved in 1 liter of water. What is the molarity of the solution? So for that, it is very simple. You took 49, divided it by 98, and that gives you the number of moles. So this is the test portion. Mole concepts, basic concepts in chemistry, whatever has been taught to you, redox, whatever has been taught, whatever is being taught, atomic structure. Then titrations is a part of the first and the second chapter. So here is the first question that I gave. 25 ml of 0.5 molar H2SO4 solution completely neutralizes 50 ml of a solution of calcium hydroxide. What is the molarity of the calcium hydroxide solution? And then I explain to you how you have to write a balanced chemical equation. After writing a balanced chemical equation, you will get to know the proportions to be used in moles. Once you get the proportions to be used in moles, then you can work it out. Then I gave you another question. In the first question, I figured out that some of you did the question by doing M1V1 equal to M2V2. Now I wanted to emphasize that M1V1 is not equal to M2V2. The concept is that whenever substances react, they do so in simple whole number ratio of number of moles as observed in a balanced chemical equation. Okay, so we have to write the balanced chemical equation and then work. And from there, by using proportion concept, you will be able to get it. So I did one question, then I did another question. In the first question, it was monoacidic base and dibasic acid. So now I changed it. In the second question, I did a diacidic base and a monobasic acid. Okay, so I changed. That's why the ratios changed. Then I continue to work with a question where I did not give you whether it is monobasic, dibasic, and I explained to you how you have to write the equations and then work it out. So this was a good question. This is a typical question that will come for us. We get even more difficult questions than this. We have to wait and then learn it. So I did the same question here, found out X is equal to 250 ml. Then I worked out another question for you. Again, this is a dibasic acid and a monoacidic base. Yeah. So this is what I had for you. So we will continue tomorrow. We will do more difficult questions. I'll tell you, Shafiq, don't worry. I will tell you when your test is, everything. We are learning titrations now. This whole week we will learn titrations and then we will stop. For every subject, there is a term test. They will tell you well in advance. Please don't worry. Yeah, thank you.